Welcome back to Peace, Love and Tarot. This reading is for Pisces, Sun, Moon or Rising, and it's weekly reading for January 13th to the 19th. This week, Pisces, we have the beautiful Star Mother Oracle card. We have the Eight of Cups, Three of Wands, the Ace of Cups, the World, the Chariot and the Empress. Pisces, these are huge energies here. The World for me is the biggest card of completion. So some of you are moving on from a situation, strong moving on energy, but wow guys, we have beautiful new beginnings. We have you really moving towards finding that missing piece that's going to really fulfill you, that you might have been searching for it might even have been the whole of last decade. So love the cards here. Some of you, it looks like needing to have a little bit more nurturing in your life this week, some more self-care with the Star Mother card. So I'm just going to kick off by reading that out. How can you mother yourself? You're more held than you can possibly imagine, loved and cherished so dearly that, if you knew, you would not spend 1 second of your life in separation, worry or fear. Let the mother carry your burdens. Let her rock away your fears. Lay all your worries, regrets, shame and guilt on her altar. Please, please, sweet child, do not fear. You are love in motion. If you allow it, you are already healed. Let her remind you of your goodness. Let her love your fears away. So some of you may be needing a little more nurturing and self-care, because I feel that a lot of you are going through a large completion period of moving on. This could be from the end of last year, or some of you might be in it now. We have the World energy. It is the biggest card of completion, guys, so it's not a subtle energy at all. So the completion definitely relates to a situation that was no longer providing you with the emotional fulfillment and stability that you really require. It's kind of like the feeling of, one fundamental piece being missing in a situation. For many of you, that may be in love and relationships. It can also be in work and business, where a job or a career or a role is no longer fulfilling you. You're no longer passionate about it. You might have outgrown it, and there's that situation where you feel like there's something missing. And I really feel that you are setting out on a quest to find that missing piece. That might be our title for the video, guys, because we really see you setting out on that journey to reclaim your 9 and 10 of Cups reality. Because in this situation, even though there might have been a lot of good in it, might have been satisfying for quite a big period of time, I think you knew fundamentally, if you really tuned into your intuition, that there was a major piece missing. So in a relationship, that can be, having a different value. Maybe the way you want to raise your children, your attitude towards finances, something that's really, a wedge that divides you, and you knew that you couldn't really overcome it. In work and business, it can be having a great role, lovely colleagues that you work with. Maybe there's no place for a pay raise or career progression. So I really feel like you've already turned your back on that situation, and you've made the decision to walk away and to move on and reclaim that piece, to find it for yourself. I think you're saying if all the pieces don't exist in this situation, well, you're going to go and find them elsewhere. That's the Eight of Cups energy, walking away and finding greater fulfillment elsewhere. And this is obviously bringing a huge completion for you with the World card. But the World card is also a card of victory. So there's a sense of being really victorious by, taking the power back and being the one to leave a situation and move on from it. Whether it was forced on you or not, you are still holding your head high and moving on from that. Now, the World says that the situation is complete. Karmic contract's complete. There's no more learning to be had in that situation, and it's time for you, Pisces, to jump through that Saturnian hoop and flow into your next chapter. And we need to be like that dancer who just effortlessly knows when the situation has completed and flows into the next one. If we try and hold on, that's when we can become stuck and stagnant, and we can kind of miss the boat of opportunities as well. So the World is the last card in the tarot deck, and it says that what the magician set out to manifest has completed in the tangible realm. That's it, there's no more. It's a really big bookend. It is a closed door, and it says that the chapter is open. So the focus energy this week, Pisces, is considering where you're going to find that major final piece that's going to complete your sense of emotional fulfillment. So here we have you standing at the edge of a cliff, considering how you're going to bring those ships in, how you're going to bring in this Ace of Cups. Now the Three of Wands is about really being firm and sure that you've turned your back on the situation and you're no longer going to turn around. There's no consideration of the past anymore. This person here is only looking towards the future and considering, new manifestations and a new journey and how you're going to walk that to bring in that missing piece. So this is you, Pisces, getting ready to set off on a new journey, walking a new path. Some of you might find yourself a little bit in that space in between. This is a common theme that I'm finding in readings at the moment, where, you may have been just coming out of a major completion. You might not be, in your new beginning yet, but you might find yourself a little bit like you've just crossed a desert and you're kind of wondering, when that new path is going to open up. Well, that Ace of Cups, it is there. It is like right behind the door for you. It's possible that something could come in quite quickly. With the Ace of Cups, it could be romantic love. It could be a deepening of your own self-love. It can also be, an emotionally fulfilling offer of work that's going to satisfy you on all levels. The Ace of Cups often comes in after somebody has come out of a period of darkness, because these are lotus flowers on this pond here. And if you know about the lotus flower, it starts its journey as a seed in the dirt at the bottom of the pond, and it follows the light up through the water where it reaches the surface and flowers. So it's a journey of transformation. And it says that, good things come to those who have done the work, who have walked the hard road, who have moved on from things that are no longer serving them. So I also see it's a great time to do new manifestations. Really think about what you want, Pisces, for this year, for the decade and beyond, and putting plans in place on how you will get there. But it won't be long before I think there's going to be full steam ahead and a lot of forward movement. This is a power combo here, Pisces, the Chariot and the Empress. This is you moving on to the situation that may just birth exactly what you're desiring into the physical world. The Chariot comes in, and indicates powerful forward movement when we're in alignment, because this person here has a heavy stone chariot, but no reins. He just has a magician's wand to pull it. And it's drawn by two sphinxes here, and these sphinxes represent the opposing sides of ourselves. Maybe the indecision, maybe difference in values within ourselves, the internal struggles, the battles. So really it's about bringing ourselves into a place of alignment and internal balance in order to propel ourselves forward at pace. So, really doing that work to, heal yourself, to make clear decisions, to be in balance internally and externally. That's the key to moving forward. Now, with the Chariot and the World in the same reading, Pisces, I'm not ruling out that some of you might be traveling this week, either locally or internationally. Some of you might even be moving, moving homes, moving states, even countries, as part of this moving on from the situation. And what you're moving towards, Pisces, is something far greater, I feel, than what you have left. Because the Empress is the biggest card of possibility in the tarot deck. She is the key manifester. She can birth what you desire into the physical realm, because she is fertile and pregnant with possibility. So if some of you have a new project, are beginning a new job, or even a new relationship, the Empress says that it has the ability to really go the distance and become truly abundant on both a material and emotional level with that Ace of Cups. She can take that Ace of Cups and expand it. Such a beautiful energy. So Pisces, I'm going to leave it there. It is a really powerful reading. So this is your reading if you are moving on from a situation that's not fulfilling for you, getting ready to seek that missing piece. Don't be surprised if you find it this week, or if something comes in that is the beginning of that journey for you. And I think once you have that experience, there's no stopping you, and you're going to move forward at pace to an ultimate beautiful abundance there. So Pisces, this is a general reading, so I'm not saying it's going to be for every Pisces out there. Feel free to leave me a comment, as I always like to know how it's playing out in your daily life. And I'll see you back here next week for another reading.